Levan Institute welcomes all the students of class 10 to mathematics chapter number 5 arithmetic progression video lecture number 13, and in today's video lecture we will continue from question number 18 which we left in the previous video lecture. Let us start this. See, try to understand, right, this image that is given over here on the right side, what they are trying to tell us. Just try to understand that. See, we have this A as our center, right? We have A as our center. So I will just highlight this, make it much bolder. This is our center at present, right? This A. Fine. Now, the distance between A and B is for now 0.5. So this will be taken as our radius. 0.5 centimeters will be taken as our radius, and we draw an arc like this, a semicircle like this, right? This is the semicircle that we are talking about from here to here, right? I hope this is visible to you. So we have drawn this semicircle, and this semicircle is having a radius of 0.5 centimeters. Now try to understand, this is one of the semicircles, right? Then we draw another semicircle with center as B, right? Center as B. So B is now our center. We take this much as the radius, and we draw a semicircle from here to here. So this is another semicircle that we have drawn over here, right? Then again we take A as center. Again we take A as center. From here to here, this much we will take as radius, and again we will draw a semicircle from here like this. Fine. So now each and every semicircle will have its length, and also we are increasing the radius progressively. Now understand this fact, right? Sorry. What is the formula of circumference of a circle? The formula for circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Then what will be the formula for circumference of semicircle? 2 pi r divided by 2, so that will be pi r, right? Like this, 2 pi r divided by 2, so we get pi r. So what is pi r? Pi r is the length of this much, then again length of this much, then again length of this much. Length of the semicircle is nothing but pi r, right? Now let us find out the lengths of this semicircular arcs over here, but before that we will specify over here lengths of semicircles form an arithmetic progression. Form an arithmetic progression. Now let us find the length of the first semicircle, right? So we will find over here length of first semicircle. So we have the formula for that, pi r. Now instead of r we have to write the radius. So what is the radius that is given to us? We can see over here the radius given to us is 0.5 centimeter for the first one. So instead of this r we will write 0.5, right? So we can write over here pi multiplied by 0.5. 0.5 means half. So we write over here pi upon 2 centimeters. Pi upon 2 centimeters. Similarly, we will find the length of second semicircle. Formula is again pi r. Again pi will remain as it is, but what is the next radius? The next radius is 1 centimeter, right? These are radii. So instead of r we will now write 1. So pi into 1 we get pi centimeters. Now this is very much clear that each and every time the pi will be multiplied with radius. Now if radius increases by half, each and every time the length of the semicircle will also increase by that much amount multiplied by pi. So you can see half, then 1, then again we will have 1.5 over here. Let us find one more. Length of third semicircle. So again we will use pi r over here. Pi will be kept as it is. Now instead of radius we can write 1.5. But 1.5 can be written as 3 upon 2. So here we will write 3 upon 2. So on multiplication we get 3 pi upon 2 centimeters. Now we can clearly see this forms an arithmetic progression. So we can write that arithmetic progression over here. The first term is pi upon 2, then second term is pi, then third term is 3 pi upon 2 and so on. This is the arithmetic progression that is being formed over here. હવે આપણે અહીંયા ત્રણ જ સેમિસર્કલ ફાઇન્ડ થઈ રહ્યા છે. એ ભાઈ શું કહે છે? Find the total length. Find the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. આપણે કેટલા ગોઈતા છે અહીંયા 3. એ ભાઈ શું કહે છે? 13 semicircles ની length plus કરવાની છે. So now we write the data from this. Right? We can write from over here a is equal to pi upon 2, the first term. Then we can write common difference d is equal to second term minus first term. So we can write pi minus pi upon 2. So pi minus pi upon 2 will be again pi upon 2. બહુ common છે. 1 માંથી half minus કરીએ તો half રહે ને. તો pi માંથી અડધો pi minus કરીએ તો ફરી પાછો અડધો pi વધશે. નંબર ઓફ સેમિસર્કલ્સ કેટલા જોઈએ છે આપણે? 13. અને આપણે તેનો શું જોઈએ છે? સમ. So we want the value of S13. સમ ગોતવા માટે n, a અને d ની જરૂર પડે છે. બધી વસ્તુ આપણે પાસે છે. What we have to do is we have to just apply the formula. But as you can see we do not have enough space left over here. So I request you to first write this much and then we shall continue this in the next screen. તો પહેલા આટલું લખી લ્યો પછી આપણે આગળ વધીએ. Fine. I hope you have written this. Let us now find the value of S13 by applying the formula. So what is the formula? Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Instead of n we shall write 13. So this is 13 upon 2 multiplied by 2 will be kept as it is. Instead of a we can write pi upon 2 plus again instead of n we will write 13 minus 1 and instead of d again we shall write pi upon 2. So we have substituted the values. 13 by 2 remains as it is. This 2 and this 2 will cancel each other. So we have pi over here plus 13 minus 1 is 12 and we have 12 multiplied by pi upon 2. So again this 2 will cancel over here 6 times. So we have 13 upon 2 multiplied by this is 6 pi, right? Pi plus 6 pi. 13 upon 2. Pi plus 6 pi is 7 pi. Now we can write the value of pi over here. So we get 13 upon 2 into 7 into 22 upon 7. So this 7 and this 7 will cancel each other and this 2 will cancel over here 11 times. So we are left with 13 multiplied by 11. So S13 is equal to 13 multiplied by 11. Whenever you want to multiply a number with 11, do this. Create some space in between 1 and 3 and now add 1 and 3 we get 4. So our answer is 143. Don't forget to write the unit centimeters. Very simple question, but I would also tell that this is very much important because it can be easily asked in 3 marks and this has been asked in one of the exams in last year. Please treat this as very important sum. Please pause the video and write this much in your CW. I hope you have completed this. Let us now move to the next sum. Yes, number 19. So again, this is a good sum. I will explain what is written in the question over here to you. Yes. See, there are 200 logs actually, and they are placed in rows. This is the first row, and first row has 20 logs. Then the next row has 19 logs. Next row has 18 logs, one less. And by adding all these rows, ultimately we have 200 logs. So this is the sum of all the logs that are present in the rows. So we have to find two things in this question as advised over here. How many rows are there and how many logs are in the top row? Right, so what do we mean by them mathematically? We mean by them mathematically how many rows means they are telling us to find the value of n, and how many logs are there in the top row, it means they are telling us to find the value of last term, to find the value of last term, that is an. Right, so this is first term, then second term, then third term. So number of logs in the top row or last row will be an. So simply we will convert this into the mathematical notations that are given to us over here. Let us write them. Right, yes, we will write the solution over here, and in this solution we can write the arrangement of logs forms an arithmetic progression. The arrangement of logs forms an arithmetic progression. And what is that arithmetic progression? 20, 19, 18, and so on. So based upon this we can write that the first term is 20, the common difference is 19 minus 20, so that is minus 1. The sum of n terms that is given to us is 200. This much is given to us, right? This is 200. Now what we have to find? We have to find the number of terms and we have to find the last term. This much we have to find. So you can definitely see you have only one data Sn. By applying the formula of Sn, we will first find n, and after getting the value of n we will find an. So let us find n first. So we know that Sn is equal to 200. Instead of this we will write this formula. This 2 is in denominator, it will go over here to the numerator and get multiplied. So here we now have only n multiplied by 2. Instead of a we can write 20. So we shall write 20 over here, plus instead of n we cannot write anything because that is not given to us. Instead of d we shall write minus 1, bracket complete, and here now we have to write 400 because this 2 is multiplied over here. Again n will be kept as it is. 2 into 20 we get 40, minus plus minus, into the brackets we have n minus 1. When we open this bracket, the signs inside the bracket will change. So we have 40 minus n plus 1 is equal to 400. I hope this is very much clear to you. Now we have n into 41 minus n is equal to 400. 40 plus 1 is 41. Multiply the n inside. We get something like this. Take all the terms to other side. We have the signs changed. and now when I write it as a general form, I get n square minus 41n plus 400 is equal to 0. Now I have to factorize in such a manner that if I have the factors of 400, the multiplication should give me 400, but addition should give me 41, right? So if I take 400 over here, I can simply split this as 20 into 20, but when I add 20 and 20, I get 41. Oh, sorry, I do not get 41. When I add 20 and 20, I get 40 only. So we should further factorize them. And what we do is 5 into 4, and again I can write over here 5 into 4. So now when I see 5 5s are 25 and 4 4s are 16. So 25 plus 16 gives me 41. So my factors are minus 16 and minus 25. So here now I can write n minus 16 into n minus 25 is equal to 0. You can see the coefficient over here is 1. So you can directly factorize. In case this is not clear to you, you can have one more step like this. N square minus 16n minus 25n plus 400 is equal to 0. Split in the middle term and then you can take common. You will ultimately get this answer. Right, in case if that is not clear to you. Yes, so from this I can write either n minus 16 is 0 or n minus 25 is 0. So n is equal to 16 or n is equal to 25. Now you can see both the answers of n are positive. नहीं तो एकाद नेगेटिव आवो જોઈએ તો આપણે not possible લખીએ. Here both of them are positive. Let it be. Fine. We will try to find the value of an. એની અંદરથી આપણને ખબર પડી જશે કે ભાઈ 16 સાચું છે તે 25. Because બે આન્સર તો પોસિબલ નથી. તા અહીંયા 16 રોઝ હોઈ શકે. તા અહીંયા 25 રોઝ હોઈ શકે. બંને તો પોસિબલ નથી, રાઈટ? તો an ની વેલ્યુમાંથી ખબર પડી જશે. But before going to the value of an, I request you to please pause the video and write this much down in your CW. Alright, once you have finished this, we shall move ahead and try to find the value of an. Right, so now we shall write over here number of logs in the last row is equal to an. Right, so now we can write over here if n is equal to 16, we can write over here a16 is equal to a plus 15d. Instead of a, what we can write 20 plus 15 into, instead of d we can write minus 1. So here we have 20 minus 15, so we get 5. Now let us check for the value of n 25 also. We can write over here if n is equal to 25. So a25 will give us a plus 24d. Instead of a we can write 20 plus 24 into minus 1. So this gives us 20 minus 24. So we get a25 is equal to minus 4. Now this is not possible, right? Because number of logs cannot be negative. સમજો અહીંયા નેગેટિવ આન્સર પોસિબલ છે, કોઈ પણ ટર્મ નેગેટિવ હોઈ શકે. બટ આજે આપણું ડિસ્કશન શું છે કે ભાઈ આવી રીતના આમ એક રો ની અંદર 20 લોગ્સ છે, એના પછીની રો ની અંદર 19 લોગ્સ છે. હવે એવી રીતના ટોપ મોસ્ટ રો ની અંદર કઈ -4 હોય એવું તો જરૂરી નથી ને. નેગેટિવ લોગ્સ તો હોય નહીં ને, 1 2 3 4 એવી રીતના આન્સર આવશે ને. તો 5 logs are present in the last row, -4 lots તો એ તો પોસિબલ જ નથી અહીંયા. I hope this is very much clear to you. ન સમજાણું હોય તો પાછું રિવાઇન્ડ કરી અને સાંભળી શકો છો. That is fine. So from this we can write over here, therefore there are 16 rows and in the topmost row there are 5 lots. In the topmost row there are 5 lots. Fine. So this is our answer. Please pause the video and write this down in your CW. Alright, I hope you have written this. Let us now move to the last question of this chapter, number 20. Again, we will first understand the question from this image and then finally focus on what they have told us to find. They have told us to find total, means we have to find a particular type of sum. Total distance the competitor has to run. Right. Now understand this first. See, I will change the color of pen first for better explanation. Let us select the red one. Okay. The competitor is standing over here, suppose. And here there is a potato. The first potato is present over here at a distance of 5 meters. The competitor will go over here, pick the potato, return back and drop the potato over here. So how much distance will the competitor travel? 5 for going forward and 5 again for moving backward. So competitor has traveled 10 meters of distance to collect the first potato. Now the first potato is already collected. Again the competitor is present at the starting position. Now he will run from here to here because the second potato is present over here. Sorry, this was 5 meters actually. Consider this as 5 for going and 5 for coming back. So this was 10. Right. Now the second potato is present over here. This is the first potato, this is the second potato. Right. So competitor will start from here, collect the potato and again come back. So how much now he has to travel? 5 plus this 3. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 for going, 8 for coming back. So this time the competitor travels 16 meters of distance. I hope this is very much clear to you and you don't have any doubts. Now this potato is again collected. The next potato is again present 3 meters away. Now there is gap of 3 meters everywhere, right? So again the competitor starts, goes to this potato and collects it. So 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. 11 meters for going and 11 meters for coming back. So now the competitor travels 22. So you can see each and every time the competitor has to travel 3 meters more forward and 3 meters more backward. So there is a gap of 6 meters everywhere. 10 plus 6, 16, plus 6, 22, plus 6, 28 and so on. There are 10 potatoes. Right, how many potatoes are there? There are 10 potatoes. So there will be 10 distances like this and we have to find their total. We have to find their total. So let us write this. I hope the question is quite clear to you. Right, now let us write the solution over here. The distance traveled by competitor forms an arithmetic progression. Forms an arithmetic progression. How does it form the arithmetic progression? We can write over here. Distance traveled to collect first potato. So that will be 5 multiplied by 2, which is 10 meters. Now we will find the distance traveled to collect the second potato. So 5 meters is already there plus 3 meters more, and this will be again multiplied by 2. So 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 twos are 16 meters. Again we shall find the distance traveled to collect the third potato. So that will be 5 plus 3 plus 3 multiplied by 2. 5 plus 3, right? 5 plus 3 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 twos are 22 meters, and so on. So now what will be our arithmetic progression? Our arithmetic progression will be 10, 16, 22, and so on. Right, this is our arithmetic progression. Now based upon this, what can I write? I can write over here the value of A is 10, the value of D is 16 minus 10, which is 6. How many potatoes do we have? We have 10 potatoes, and we want to find the sum of all the distances, so we want to find the value of S10. This is the summary of entire question. So we have to just apply the formula of Sn and find its value. Let us do that. But before that, please write this much in your CW. Once you finish this, come over here and we shall find the value of Sn now. Instead of n, we can now write 10 over here, substituting the values. Instead of n, then we shall write 10, and instead of then d, we can write 6. Keep this 10 upon 2 as it is. 10 twos are 20, plus 10 minus 1 is 9. So we have 9 into 6 over here. 10 upon 2 as it is. Here we have 20, plus 9 6 are 54. 54 plus 20 is 74. When we cancel 74 by 2, we get 37. Right, 35 twos are 70. So 37 twos are 74. 37 into 10 will give us 370. So we can write over here, therefore the competitor travels 370 meters. I hope this is very much clear to you. Please first write this much. When you finish this, then and then only write this. Right, please pause the video and write this down in your CW. Alright, I hope you have written this. Let us now move to the questions asked in previous exams, but before that, this is a small note that is given in the textbook. Please write this down. If A, B and C, three numbers are in arithmetic progression, then the middle number is the average of first and last number, and that is known as arithmetic mean, right? Let us take an example. For example, we have 3, 6, 9 like this. These three are in arithmetic progression. So if I want to find the middle term, what I have to do? I have to take the average of first and last. So if I add 3 and 9 and I divide them by 2, I will definitely get the second term, which is 6. તો ક્યારેક ક્વેશ્ચનમાં આવું આપેલું હોય કે ભાઈ અહીંયા મારી પાસે સપોઝ 4 છે, પછી વચ્ચે બ્લેન્ક છે, અને લાસ્ટમાં અહીંયા 12 છે, અને કે ભાઈ આની વેલ્યુ ફાઇન્ડ કરો. સો વોટ વી હેવ ટુ ડુ, વી હેવ ટુ એડ 4 plus 12 and divide by 2. So we have our answer. એવી રીતના ત્રણેયમાંથી ગમે તે બે વેલ્યુ આપી હોય અને ત્રીજી ફાઇન્ડ કરવી હોય, then you can use this formula, right, of arithmetic mean. So please write this as a note in your CW. Why I am mentioning this over here? Because there is a 1 mark question being asked from this chapter, and they can ask this also, right? Please pause the video and write this note and this example in your CW. Once you have written this, we shall see the questions asked in previous exam, right? So let us now solve the questions asked in the previous exam, the first term, the prelims and the final board exams. Let us move ahead with the first term exam. So So first term examination September 2019, this was asked in 1 mark for true or false. 888 is an AP. Say whether it is true or false. Definitely this is true. Right? Why it is true? Because the common difference is 0. Right? This is first term, this is second term, this is third term. જ્યારે બી તમને આવો ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછવામાં આવે તો ભાઈ એ ઇઝ ઇટ એન એપી? યસ, ધીસ ઇઝ એન એપી. હજી એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપીએ ભાઈ, કોઈ આપણને કહે ભાઈ પાઈ 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 ઇટ ઇઝ એન એપી? યસ, ઇટ ઇઝ એન એપી. કોઈ આપણને કહે કે ભાઈ 0.5 1/2, 0.5 1/2, 0.5 1/2, is it an AP? Yes, because ultimately 0.5 જ છે આ બધું. Right? So જ્યારે બી આવું આવે આપણી પાસે, that is definitely an AP. So the answer is true. Next question is this. Again, this was asked for 1 mark. You can see that A is given, N is given, AN is 0. We have to find the value of D. So simply we have to apply the formula of AN over here. AN is 0. A plus N minus 1 into D is 0. Instead of A we can write minus 18. Instead of N we can write 10. So this is 10 minus 1. D will be kept as it is and this is equal to 0. Minus 18 will go over here. It will become plus 18. 10 minus 1 is 9. So 9D is 18. So we get the value of D is equal to 2. Right? 18 upon 9 is 2. So the answer over here is 2. Very simple, right? This was asked for 1 mark. You can write this in your CW. Next one, this was asked for 3 marks. This is a textbook question. We have solved this. This is a textbook question. You can find this in exercise 5.2 and 5.3. Right? Specifically, you can find this in exercise 5.3. Fine? બેઠે બેઠો question છે. Next, this was also asked in 3 marks as an option. Right? પેલાના ઓપ્શનમાં હતું ના, સોરી અલગ હતું. There was no option actually. And this was asked in 3 marks or 4 marks I guess, but this is again a textbook question. Exercise 5.3, question number 18. Right? Next, yes, these are the questions asked in prelims. The first one is true or false for 1 mark. The formula to find sum of first positive n integers is Sn is equal to n square into n plus 2. This is true. We have solved example number 15 I guess, as far as I remember. We have obtained this answer. The sum of first n terms. Right? We had like this n into n plus 1 whole divided by 2. આવું આપણે ગોતીને ઊભા રહ્યા હતા. રાઈટ, અને જ્યારે મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરો તો શું મળી જાય? n સ્ક્વેર પ્લસ n અપોન 2. પ્યોર ટેક્સ્ટબુક ક્વેશ્ચન છે. બટ તમે સમજો, કોઈ બેઠે બેઠા ક્વેશ્ચનમાંથી માત્ર એક લાઈન ઉપાડીને તમને ટ્રુ ઓર ફોલ્સમાં પૂછી લીધી છે. So you have to be alert. Right, here the answer is true. This is the formula to find the sum of first n positive integers, n square plus n whole divided by 2. Right? Please pause the video and write this down in your CW. This according to me is important. This can be asked in any other pattern. Find the formula to find the sum of first n positive odd integers. Then the formula will be n square. Right? મગજમાં રાખજો please. Right? You can find them from questions. Alright, I hope you have written this. Let us move ahead. Yes. This were asked in prelims for 3 marks. There was an option between them. Right? We have seen the paper pattern. We know very well that there is an option. This was asked in 3 marks. And you can see both of them are textbook questions. This is example 16 already written over here. And this is found in exercise 5.2. The above question that you can see the sum of 4th and 8th terms. We can get 2 equations and then find the first 3 terms of AP. So both of them are textbook questions. We have already solved them. Right? You have to just note these questions in your book. Right? Let us move ahead and now see the questions asked in board exams. And yes, I like this type of questions. Now if you can see an entirely different scenario. You can see આવો એકોઈ ક્વેશ્ચન આપણે ટેક્સ્ટબુકમાં સોલ્વ કરેલો નથી, બટ એક્ઝામમાં પૂછાણો છે. તો મારા ભાઈઓ બહેનો, હજી તમને હાથ જોડીને કહું છું કે તમને ટેક્સ્ટબુકના બધા સમ આવડતા હોય, that does not mean કે તમે હોશિયાર છો. You should know the concept. Right? સિલેબસ રિડ્યુસ થશે, 30% રિડ્યુસ થશે, એક્સરસાઇઝ 5.2 નહીં પૂછાય સપોઝ, પણ એનો કોન્સેપ્ટ તો પૂછાશે ને ગમે ત્યાં, એમાં કંઈ લખેલું થોડી છે નાના ભાઈ હવે તમને ટેક્સ્ટબુકમાં બેઠે બેઠું જ પૂછશું, they can ask anything, right? સો સિલેબસ રિડક્શન ઇઝ અ ટાઈપ ઓફ મિથ. હા, બીજા કોઈ સબ્જેક્ટ માટે અલગ વસ્તુ છે ભાઈ, સાયન્સ માટે, સોશિયલ માટે, લેંગ્વેજીસ માટે સિલેબસ રિડ્યુસ થાય તો વી કેન એક્સેપ્ટ, બટ મેથ્સમાં સિલેબસ રિડ્યુસ થાય તો બહુ ધ્યાનથી જોવાનું એમ, બીકોઝ કન્સેપ્ટ તો પૂછાઈ શકે છે, રાઈટ? So let us understand this. This was MCQ. I haven't mentioned the options over here, but this is a very easy and good question. See, these are the three terms of an AP, three consecutive terms. What is the value of K? We have to find the value of K. સમજજો આરામથી, બરાબર ને? રોલ છે અહીંયા common difference D નો. What do you mean by common difference? Second term minus first term. So here I can write 13 minus into the brackets 2k plus 1. Right? આ bracket કરતા ભૂલી જાવ એટલે ભૂલી જવાના માર્ક્સ બી આપણે. 13 minus 2k plus 1. Solve this. We get 13 minus 2k minus 1. Finally we have 13 minus 1 is 12. So 12 minus 2k. આ આપણી પાસે D નું કોઈ formation બન્યું. Same thing we can do over here again. આમાંથી આવડું minus કરો. Right? Now third term minus second term. So here I can write 5k minus 3 minus 13. So what I get is 5k minus 16. Now this is the formula of D. This is also formula of D. So I can equate them from 1 and 2. We can write 5k minus 16 is equal to 12 minus 2k. Bring this 2k over here, it will become plus. Take this 16 over there, that will also become positive. 5k plus 2k is 7k. 16 plus 12 is 28. So we have k is equal to 28 upon 7, or we have k is equal to 4. Right? Very simple question, but as again I would recommend that such questions are important where your knowledge is tested. હવે આવું પૂછવાનું તો બધું કે સર પેપર બહુ ટફ હતું. અરે પેપર ટફ નથી ભાઈ. Just think from where can you get the value of k. ત્રણ consecutive terms આપી છે તો ત્રણ consecutive terms ની વચ્ચે common શું હશે? D. તો D નો યુઝ કરીને આપણે આગળ વધી ગયા. Use your brains. રાઈટ? એટલે ખોટું આમ મોજમાં નહીં રહેવાનું, ઓહો મને બધું આવડે છે. આવું કંઈક પૂછાશે તો બધી પેપર અઘરું થઈ જશે તમારા માટે. Please pause the video and write this in your CW. Alright, I hope you have written this. Let us move ahead. Yes. Now see, again this was asked in board exam. આવો કોઈ પણ question textbook માં આપેલો નથી, but board exam માં પૂછાણો છે બી બહુ સિમ્પલ 3 માર્ક્સ માટે. રાઈટ? સમજો. Under the project of one child one tree, એટલે એક બાળક એક ટ્રી પ્લાન્ટ કરશે. The students of a school plant trees in the following pattern. First row has 3 plants. By a પેલો row એની અંદર 3. Second row ની અંદર there are 5 plants. Third ની અંદર there are 7 plants. Right? So here we have 3, here we have 5, here we have 7. So this is an arithmetic progression. So what is our arithmetic progression? 3, 5, 7 and so on. So from this I can write A is equal to 3 and D is equal to 2. આટલું લખાઈ દો અહીંયાથી. There are 37 plants in the last row. સમજો, number of rows નથી આપી. શું કીધું છે? 37 plants in the last row. એનો મીનિંગ તમને શું આપ્યું છે? AN, last term 37. Find the number of students in the school. Find the number of students in the school. હવે આ ત્રણ જણાએ પ્લાન્ટ કર્યા હશે ને, because one child can plant one tree. તો આ પેલો સ્ટુડન્ટ, આ બીજો સ્ટુડન્ટ, આ ત્રીજો સ્ટુડન્ટ, પછી આ 5 બીજા સ્ટુડન્ટ, પછી આ 7 બીજા સ્ટુડન્ટ, એના પછી બીજા 9 સ્ટુડન્ટ, એમ કરી કરીને સૌથી છેલ્લી લાઈનમાં બીજા 37 સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ. તો આ બધાયનો આપણે સમેશન કરી દઈએ તો મને ટોટલ નંબર ઓફ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ મળશે. So what I have to find? I have to find the value of SN. મારે શું ફાઇન્ડ કરીને આપવાનું છે? SN ફાઇન્ડ કરીને આપવાનું છે. I hope this is very much clear to you. Now in order to find the value of SN, you first require the value of N. સૌથી પહેલા કોની જરૂર પડશે? N ની જરૂર પડશે, રાઈટ? N આપેલો છે ક્યાંય? ક્યાંય નથી આપેલો. an આપેલો છે, હા an આપેલો છે. So what we will do is we will first apply the formula of an. An is given to us, a is given to us, d is given to us, so we will obtain the value of n. Once we get the value of n, we will use this formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 into a plus an. Now here again a is given, an is given, and n we have found out, so we will definitely find the value of Sn. That will be the total number of students in school. હવે શું છે, આવું પૂછાય તો આપણે મસ્ત તાળીઓ વગાડતો એક્ઝામિનેશન પેપર, હા હા સર હવે મને નથી આવડતું, પણ એટલે જ કહું છું, અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ધ ક્વેશ્ચન, અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ધ કન્સેપ્ટ. આપણામાંથી મોટા ભાગના છોકરાઓને શું લાગે છે, ઓહો મારી CW કમ્પ્લીટ એટલે આપણું બધું કમ્પ્લીટ ભાઈ, હવે મને 100 માર્ક આવી જશે. નોટ પોસિબલ. અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ધ કન્સેપ્ટ, right? Please pause the video, write this question, write this given things over here which I have explained, and try to solve at your own end and send me the answers by tomorrow, right? Pause the video and write this. આની સામે ઓપ્શનમાં પૂછાણું તું આ, right? This was asked in option. Find the 31st term of an AP. So we can write over here A31 is equal to question mark, whose 11th term is 88. So we can write A11 is equal to 88. 16th term is 73. A16 is equal to 73. Which term of this series will be the first negative term? હજી extra વસ્તુ પૂછી લીધી. Which term will be the first negative term? સમજો. Here we can write A plus 10D is equal to 88. Here we can write A plus 15D is equal to 73. This will be our equation number 1. This will be our equation number 2. On solving equation number 1 and 2, we will get the value of A and D. Once we have the value of A and D, we can definitely find A31. આનો problem solve થઈ ગયો. Now we want to find which term of this series will be the first negative term. So we can write over here, let nth term be the first negative term. But first negative term કઈ લેવાની? -1, -2, -3 આપણને તો ખબર નથી, તો આપણે અહીંયા શું લેવાનું? let nth term be 0. let nth term be 0. પછી આપણે શું કરવાનું? an ની ફોર્મ્યુલા અપ્લાય કરવાની. an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. હવે સમજજો આરામથી અહીંયા, રાઈટ? an ની વેલ્યુમાં શું લેવાનું આપણે? 0. આપણે શું કીધું? nth term is 0. અહીંયા પૂછ્યું છે નેગેટિવ નું, પણ આપણે શું લખ્યું છે? 0. બરાબર ને? બીકોઝ 0 ની પછી નેગેટિવ ટર્મ્સ આવશે, રાઈટ? an ની જગ્યાએ 0, a ની વેલ્યુ આપણી પાસે છે, d ની વેલ્યુ આપણી પાસે છે, તો આ n ની વેલ્યુ મને મળશે. હવે માની લ્યો આપણે n નો આન્સર સપોઝ 36 આવ્યો, ઓર n નો આન્સર સપોઝ પોઈન્ટમાં બી આવ્યો, n નો આન્સર સપોઝ આવ્યો 36.5. બંને સિનારીઓ સમજાવી દઉં છું. પેલા સમજી લ્યો, માની લ્યો n નો આન્સર 36 આવ્યો, એનો મીનિંગ શું છે? કે 36th ટર્મ ઇઝ 0. 36th ટર્મ ઇઝ 0. સમજજો આરામથી. હવે અહીંયા જોઈને તમને સમજાય છે 11th ટર્મ શું છે? 88, અને 16th ટર્મ 73, એટલે એપી રિવર્સમાં જાય છે, વેલ્યુઝ ઘટે છે. 36th ટર્મ 0 હોય તો એના પછીની જે ટર્મ છે 37th ટર્મ, એ કેવી હશે? નેગેટિવ હશે. 37th ટર્મ વિલ બી નેગેટિવ. લોજિક સમજજો. તમારા આન્સર શું આવ્યો? 36, બટ 36 તમારા માટે શું છે? 0. તો 36 પછીની જે ટર્મ છે 37th ટર્મ, that will be our first negative term. I hope this is clear to you. માની લ્યો અહીંયા આન્સર આવે છે 36.75, ઓર માની લ્યો અહીંયા આન્સર આવે છે 36.12, ગમે તે 36 અને પોઈન્ટમાં કોઈ આન્સર આવે છે. એનો મીનિંગ શું થાય? કે 0 જેવી કોઈ ટર્મ આ એરિથમેટિક પ્રોગ્રેશનમાં નથી. બટ 36 પછીનો નેક્સ્ટ રાઉન્ડ ફિગર શું છે? 37. તો 37th ટર્મ હશે એ તો ડેફિનેટલી કેવી ટર્મ હશે? નેગેટિવ ટર્મ હશે. So in both the cases you have to take the number after 36. That will be your first negative term. બહુ જ સરસ અને ખૂબ જ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન છે. લોજિક મેં તમને એક્સપ્લેન કરેલો છે. 2 ઇક્વેશન્સ, obtain the value of a and d, find the a31. પછી ધ્યાન રાખવાનું છે અહીંયા આપણને 0 આવશે એવું નથી પૂછેલું. આપણે જે ક્વેશ્ચન આપણને એક્સરસાઇઝમાં આપેલા છે તેમાં લખેલું છે that which term of the AP will be 0. તો આપણે લઈ લેતા હતા let nth term be 0, એના બદલે નેગેટિવ પૂછ્યું છે. તો બી પ્રોસેસ સેમ જ છે, બટ તમારે અહીંયા n નો જે કંઈ બી આન્સર આવે એના કરતા 8 ડિજિટ આગળ આપણો નેગેટિવ ટર્મ હશે. ધીસ ઇઝ ધ ન્યુ કન્સેપ્ટ ધેટ યુ હેવ લર્ન. હવે આવું પૂછાણું હોય એક્ઝામમાં, સમજાય છે? તો જે ચેપ્ટર ઈઝી હોય એમાંથી વધારે ફેરવીને પૂછે, આ મગજમાં યાદ રાખવાનું. Right? Please pause the video, write this down in your CW, solve this question also and send me the solution by tomorrow. Right? We end up the video lecture over here, but before that I have small announcements for you. Please focus over here. This time I am giving you a 2-day break. Fine, today is Tuesday. You will be having a break for Wednesday and Thursday, but you have to compulsorily write this chapter one time in your rough book, please. I know many of you are skipping this. હજી અમુક પેરેન્ટ્સ, ઇવન પેરેન્ટ્સ અને અમુક સ્ટુડન્ટના મગજમાં એમ છે, ઓહો આ વર્ષ તો કઈ એક્ઝામ લેવાવાની નથી, આ વર્ષ કઈ થવાનું નથી. જો તમને એવું લાગતું હોય ને ભાઈ, તો તમે ભણવાનું મૂકી દો. આ કામ ચલાવો વિડીયો જોવાનો કોઈ ફાયદો નથી દોસ્ત, બરાબર ને? ક્યારેય એવું પોસિબલ નહીં બને મારા પ્રમાણે એક્ઝામ નહીં લેવાય. આટલી બધી પ્રોબ્લેમ્સમાં બી તમારી યુનિટ ટેસ્ટ લેવા જઈ રહી છે, ભલે એની મેથડ ડિફરન્ટ છે. અમુક પેરેન્ટ્સ અને સ્ટુડન્ટનો અભિપ્રાય એમ હશે કે ઓહો ઘરે યુનિટ ટેસ્ટ લઈએ તો છોકરા ચોરી કરે. તો છોકરા ચોરી કરે ત્યાં છોકરાની ડિગ્નિટી નથી જળવાતી, ત્યાં છોકરો પોતાની સાથે છેતરપિંડી કરે છે, એમાં છોકરાનું નુકસાન છે. તો તમને એવું લાગતું હોય ભાઈ ઘરે યુનિટ ટેસ્ટ લઈને આપણે મસ્ત મજાની કોપી મારશું, તો એમાં તમારી નુકસાની છે દોસ્ત, બરાબર ને? જેટલા તમે ઓનેસ્ટ રહેશો એટલું કામ કરવાની મજા આવશે. તમે આજે એક્ઝામની અંદર જ જે એક્ઝામ તમારે ઘરે બેસીને લખવાની છે એની અંદર જ તમે એવું કહો છો તો ઓહો આમાં તો ચોરી થઈ શકે આરામથી, તો ભણવાનો કોઈ સવાલ જ ઉભો નથી થતો દોસ્ત, ત્યાં જ તમે ફેલ છો. રાઈટ? સો જાગો, એક્સેપ્ટ ધ ફેક્ટ કે આ નહીં પેલી મેથડથી તમારી 10th ની એક્ઝામ લેવાની છે. ટ્રાય વર્ક ઇન હાર્ડ. મેં એટલા માટે સિલેબસ પહેલાથી રન કરી દીધો છે. હવે મારા કામ કર્યા પછી જો આપ કામ નથી કરતા તો ત્યાં આપની નુકસાની છે. I will gain something from this, that is definitely final. You also work, you will also gain something definitely from this. માની લ્યો વર્સ્ટમાં વર્સ્ટ એક્ઝામ ન લેવાની, ચલો તો 11th 12th ભણશો તો ખરા ને? એક્ઝામ નહીં લેવાય તો એના પછીના વર્ષે 10th ની એક્ઝામ આપશો તો ખરા ને? મહેનત કરેલી ક્યારે એડે નથી જતી દોસ્ત. કીપ ધીસ ફેક્ટ્સ ક્લિયર. 2 દિવસનો ટાઈમ આપું છું બીકોઝ તમારે સોશિયલનું બી વાંચવાનું છે, તમારી યુનિટ ટેસ્ટ છે એનું બી પ્રિપેર કરવાનું છે. Submit me the homework by Thursday and we will take a test on Friday. Right? We will take a test on Friday. Fine? I hope this is very much clear to you. We will take or submit me the homework on Friday. ચલો 2 દિવસ પૂરા આપું છું. Submit me the homework on Friday evening, and Friday evening we will have a test at the same time, right? Around at 6 p.m. I will upload the paper to you and we will have a test. And from Saturday we will again begin with science, a new chapter. Right? I am preparing some animations for you. Right? I will not skip or I will not just say from here and you would listen over there. I will prepare some animations for you for a better explanation and for better understanding. Right? So we end up over here. 2 days break. Friday we will have a test. Meanwhile we will have social test by video conferencing and lecture as usual. Right? And we will take a test on Friday and continue the video lectures from Saturday. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. Goodbye.